Welcome back to the Medusa Show. I am your host, Miss Mama Medusa, and this is my co-star. Did you want to introduce yourself?
I am Ashley. I'm here for all her messiness all the time. So I
All
hope you
right.
guys are too.
All right, bet. So let's just jump right on into it. What are we talking about today? This is just off the cusp. We're being messy today.
We love a good messiness.
I love a
What's
good.
first? What's up next? I like to dive
Um,
in.
we were talking about I mean, you tell me. Did you want to start with the Lori Harvey since that's the
We
most current?
can go for it.
Okay, so yeah, I have no thoughts. I don't understand why. I feel like the only people that care about this are black men. Um,
Probably, but when you first brought it up, what was this last week, earlier this week? I was like, why everybody so surprised that Lori out here being Lori? This is nothing new. She's been doing it since she's been since she's been dating. So I'm confused where the confusion is. Like, why is everybody so perplexed?
I mean, what is she supposed to do? She's 20. Apparently, he proposed to her. I don't know why he would do that. Like,
I but that's news to me. I didn't even know that. But what are they on like a year in? Like
yeah,
that's Lori's drop time. You got a
right.
year. You got a year with her. So I think he tried to wrap her up before she was like, oop, we hit a year. I don't really know.
Now the T is that this was a publicity stunt to help his image because he has been seen with a lot of white women, and like it wasn't a good look, him being a black actor, in the midst of black Hollywood, dating all these white girls and white models. So him getting with her, this black woman, even though she is black, but she is black, but like she's not. She's like
What you expecting? Some of this? Like, what you,
she's not a sister, okay? Like she's a sister, okay? Like
she
she's
ain't
not.
giving ISIS.
Yeah, like she's a very whitewashed Eurocentric beauty standard of a black woman. So he
Okay.
got the whitest black woman he could find. For
But you
lack
can blame this on my ignorance. I didn't even know he was. It doesn't surprise me that you said it, but I didn't know he was dating so many white women either.
white thin models. Yep. Hmm.
This is news.
Yeah, and so he got with her allegedly. They say that they got together to like help his black image, and I feel like I personally feel like their contract, it makes sense. The contract ended this year, and so
That year, I told you she dropped him in a year.
yeah. And
NDA baby,
also,
NDA.
and like let's not act like we haven't heard rumors that he's gay. So
I have not heard rumors that he's
I
gay.
have. I have.
Exactly.
The woman was too sound to speak. No, I mean, no, let's talk about it. Most black men who date white women exclusively are gay. Like, are a little, sweet, soft,
I'm gonna disagree
juicy.
with you there. I'm gonna disagree with you there, and because I'm not like okay, I'm only dating in my race because I would date outside of my race too. We have to think about people like Danny Glover,
He's very juicy to me. He's very
juicy. And I
okay.
think somebody
Okay,
else some years ago, wait. Some years ago, somebody else had pointed out the same thing. Like he was primarily seen with white women. Like, does he have a problem with black women? And he said something along the lines of, I would love to date black women, but when black women see me, they don't see somebody that they would date seriously. Like your ass
he's
saying, he's
absolutely
saying
right.
juicy to
Well,
me.
that's not why I
This
think
is
he's
why.
juicy. I don't think that I think that's full of shit. There's plenty of black women who are into nerdy, skinny guys. Hell, look the fuck. You see who I got?
Some of them
So
just be weird. Some of them do be weird.
a lot. You mean the black men that exclusively date? I mean,
Oh no,
look
you're not saying. I'm not in no way saying that it's okay for anybody to be like, I won't date. Okay, I'm trying to be mindful of how I word this.
don't.
Like I'm fine with people dating outside of their race. What I'm not fine is bashing other races.
I'm fine with them dating outside their race and exploring, but what I'm not fine is with you exclusively dating outside of your race. Um, but most. I mean, you said Danny Glover. Fuck that. Tay Diggs. Who else? I can't
And
think.
say things day in April.
I don't believe that either, but
It was weird to me when I first caught wind of
honestly,
it. I was like,
yeah,
this is an
exactly.
awkward match.
But prior to him dating April, he dated white women exclusively. And Tay Diggs is giving very much so Auntie Tay. Like, he's very flamboyant. Come
So
on.
you're again. So okay. So what are we marking as flamboyant
I
qualities?
got you. What I'm saying is that most black men who exclusively date white women are very flamboyant. They're very effeminate. I don't know any like masculine interracial men. Or you know what I mean? Like I don't know any like usually like when I see a pro black man, he's usually with a black woman or like you know what I mean? I don't really see like
So
a
you don't
feminine.
think that you can be pro black but date outside your race?
Hell no. No, I don't. It's pro black. How you pro black with a white woman? How you pro black with a non-black woman?
But I think we touched on this. Maybe this is a random conversation you and I had in the last few days. Actually, I consider myself very pro black. I've never dated outside of my race, but it don't mean that I won't.
Okay,
I'd like to think that I will.
so there's levels to this pro black shit. You know, I am a pro black woman. I do not date outside of my race. Like I'm not open to it, and that is a decision that I have made. You know, just a loyalty. This is a thing. Like it's like to me, it's like a pledge to my community. There's just certain, and that's not the only thing that I'll do for my community, but that is one of the things. And
Gotcha.
so it's one thing if you're just having fun. If you want to let a white man take you out for drinks, take you out to get something to eat, that's one thing. But if you're like having children with a non-black person and marrying them, you can't call yourself pro-black. Like now you are in like now like it's not casual anymore. You're like so with Nick Cannon, like Nick Cannon is not pro-black. All of the women that he's having babies with are not black. Like, but he
I don't
claims
pay Nick any attention in that regard because I think I've been put off
he's
by
disgusting.
him. Like
He's
like what I just said to you. Like, and I completely back this 100%. Creating so many broken homes is unfair, and everybody's like, he got the money to have all these kids, but he doesn't have the time. What number is he at?
I think he's at like 8 or 9.
He doesn't have the time. You don't have the time. One, you gotta go somewhere to make that money. That's what that is. My dad has 8. He ain't need money to have us. He was around when he could be. In some regard, it was a broken home because my parents weren't together. But if we're talking about being active in a child's life and being present, it's no way he's going to be there for 8, 9 kids with what 9 different women. I'm
Would
guessing
you
because
be open if they was like on some sister wife shit and he was marrying them and like they all lived in the same community?
that's illegal here.
Yeah, but like I mean, there you know, like with Muslim people, some or people in Islam that practice that faith, they'll have multiple wives, even though it's not recognized as actual marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you be okay if because he has the money, if he like built like a little community? I'm sorry for
I
all
get
of
what you.
his,
Go ahead.
for all of his women and their children, and they all lived in the same community, and he was like married and like
See, in the same
spiritually
community,
married.
in the same home is not the same thing.
I think I would be a little more open to it if you was doing it like that. Like if you want to take it back to Babylon or like, if you were going, I think I would be like, okay, but that's not what he's doing. He got a kid over in LA, a
Yeah, I
kid
don't think
over
it's fair
in
to these
Cali.
kids.
It's not, but I think
Nick
I
gonna
would
do what Nick want to do.
I think I would be a little more open if he built because he has the money. If he built like a whole like if he bought fucking 40 acres or 400 acres, I don't know how much that would be, but and he built all of them a house and they all lived on the same block and he could just go from house because that's what the white people be
Are he
doing.
in relationships with these women or
I mean,
no?
okay, so
They're just
allegedly,
having relations.
allegedly, 4 of them are pregnant at the moment, which is fucking disgusting.
I know of 2.
They
Who
say it's
signs up for that and why?
hold on, wait. So allegedly it's 4. We know it's more than one. Okay, we know that more than one woman is currently
This is too
holding,
much for
with
me to
this child,
digest.
and one of the women already has his kid. So he's just dipping and dabbling into the ones that he's all. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
So he's recruiting some, and then he goes back to the ones that he's already had a baby with. Now, my question is, what's the STD report look given? Because we know that what is it? 1 in 3, 1 in 5 people carry herpes and chlamydia and all that other shit. So if you have 8 baby moms and you dipping and dabbling into all of them, I think it's more. It's probably that it's safe to say that y'all probably share the same diseases as
That too,
opposed
and even just
to
like for women, like even like things that men, I don't think men can get, but they can carry and get from women to women. Like you got
yeah.
to take that shit into consideration too. It's like you playing with your health, mommy.
But I
I
don't
don't
feel
care.
bad.
It's giving community dick.
It's community dick. It's community coochie. I don't feel bad. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy that they're not black. I'm happy that these black that they're
Keep that over there.
keep that with the whites or whatever they are.
The whites. Keep that. Nah, count me out. I want to know what his speech is. I want to know how he's talking
I
people
wonder
into
how his
this.
mother feels about this. Like
That's a good question.
you have 9 grandchildren with all these different women. You probably never even met
You don't
half
even
of
know half. I'm gonna say you don't even know them.
Drake spilled that tea that it was like he was like, yeah, it was heartbreaking for me to have to tell my mom, who he's really close with, that I'm having a baby with a woman that I do not know and that she's never met. It's like y'all having babies.
When you said that, it reminded me of Usher in Confession.
Ooh, what I'm having
Remember
a baby with a
talk
woman I
about when
barely
a
even
baby
know.
even know these niggas be having the kids, and
It's
it's
like
like you knew her enough. You
these
just
women,
stuck that in there.
these niggas are so trifling.
They
Like
dumb too. They so stupid.
I mean, but this is what they want. I don't know what he's doing. I feel like we've wasted a lot of time, but I'm not. This is the last time we're going to talk about him. He's going to continue to have kids. Like I want us to. I honestly, I think he's doing it for shock value. I mean, because think about it. We weren't really talking about Nick Cannon like that. When's the last time we was checking for Nick Cannon? He ain't had no music. We ain't talking about Nick
Girl, did
Cannon.
Nick Cannon ever had music?
Well, we ain't talked about Nick Cannon since he divorced Mariah, and even that was like, what the fuck? Mariah? What the fuck you doing with Nick
When they first,
Cannon?
it was like when they first got married, it was like who, what?
I was like, Mariah, is it that bad? Is it that hard to find somebody?
Girl,
Like,
why the fuck? Why did I? You can blank that out, I guess. It was a post trying to blame Mariah Carey for Nick not believing in the institution of marriage and him having multiple kids. It was like when he was married with her to her for 8 years, they had 2 kids together, and then they divorced and he went off the deep end. So what did she do to him? It's like, nah, whatever baggage he got, he came with.
that's the same thing they're doing with trying to blame Jada Pinkett Smith for Will Smith bitch ass going up there and slapping the shit out of Chris. Like, what the fuck?
First of all, I've been said this and I would say it again. They need a divorce.
They
Neither of
need a
them are
divorce.
happy. They
Normalize divorce.
need a divorce. Like, you're not happy. Like, what are y'all doing? Somebody.
Normalize. This bitch said, if I don't care, Jada said that, like, I don't care if I'm on one side of the room of the house with one man or one person and he's on the other side of the house with another person, we still gonna be together. Girl, for what? Like, I mean,
I'm all for what works for y'all, what works for y'all. But this ain't working for y'all. Y'all clearly have not had that conversation, and I don't think Will is in agreement.
if you have to be on the other side of the house with another person, don't you think you might as well just like, maybe this thing called
Give it
marriage is
up.
not for
Give it
you?
up.
Poor kid, and then Jaden emancipated from their house at like 16, and like he lives on his
I
own.
didn't know that.
He's a child, probably seeing all them swinging and all that other shit. Them traumatized a little boy. He's out the house. He left the house at 16 years old and didn't come back. The only one that is normal is the one who didn't grow up
Trey.
in your house. Right,
Trey.
right.
Trey don't be in nobody business. He like, I got no dealings over there. Leave me out of it. Trey's like,
Child.
We
Okay.
see him in a little bit of pictures. We know his name enough. Like we know him. If we see him, we be like, hey, that was this.
I
But
didn't
he'll
even
start no
know.
trouble.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know his name, and he could walk by me on the street, and I would not know. Oh, like
really.
that's Will. No, I don't know
Oh,
that little
Trey.
boy. I remember
I
one
love that boy.
time the BET, the Smiths family hosted the BET
I
Award,
remember that.
and he was in the promo, and I was like, oh,
See,
and
that's
then,
when he make his pop ups. Like at some of the family things, he gotta be at, but that's it. He like leave me out that shit. I want no
I
part.
think it's his mother that's more like,
I ain't never seen her. She probably like, I know this is not. Y'all not gonna do my baby like that.
they were married. They were married, and him and Jada met each other. Child, he tell all his business. He done talked about it in his book, so I don't have to say allegedly. But yes, he was married to his first wife when he met Jada, and I think that Jada was just fun and intriguing, and he didn't.
You
He
gotta think about the type of movie she was in back then. She did seem like
right.
really fun, no drama. Like she was always just down for a good time.
It was given very much so hot girl summer, like
Yeah, all the time.
yeah.
And now look at him.
Well, that's what happens when you try to get with something and try to do something that you're not. I feel like, I mean, she was with Tupac, and she still talks about him to this day.
Everybody, the whole world knows she's still in love with that man.
I mean, and Tupac and Will Smith, that's not.
It's not. It's two opposite ends of the
right,
spectrum.
right. I think she would have preferred. Honestly, I feel like she would have went down the route like with. You see how Vivica's still not over 50 Cent. She still wants some 50 Cent, child. Like I could,
Really?
yes, girl.
Have
They
you
were
seen
together
Vivica
back in.
lately? Like she got so much work done. It's like Vivica, you was and all I can think of is Tuka play that game Vivica. She was
Wow,
bad, just
yes.
beautiful.
I remember
Like
like
Vivica.
being insecure about like the way I looked as a little black girl, like because I wasn't exotic or whatever. And I just remember like seeing Vivica Fox and like being like, okay, like there's hope. Like I'm gonna go through my little ugly stage and I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna look like Vivica Fox.
We
Like,
all done had an ugly stage.
you know what I'm
We done all been
saying?
through. We all done looked a little rough. All done looked a little rough. It's like, ooh, y'all let me go out the house like that. I look back on pictures now, like y'all really let me leave a house like that.
Yeah,
We
girl.
all
So
done been
yes,
through it.
Vivica Fox looks horrible. I mean, I don't even want to say she looks horrible, but like I don't know, what did she do? Did she have one? Two? It's the same thing with Lil Kim, but I want to say with Kim, I gotta give her some. I think we give her a little bit too much because, they said that she the reason why she had so many shit done is because she was in a domestic dispute, and so she would get work done, and then her nigga whoever the fuck she was with at the time would beat that shit out of her. I'm sorry, let me for lack of better words, but would fuck her face up, and then she had to keep on going back to get it reconstructed, which is fucked up.
Yeah, but like that much. Is this allegedly?
No, I think like she's talked about it. It's not allegedly.
You say
Like
I think
she's
she's
come.
talked about it.
She's
I
no,
think this is not alleged.
no. She was in abusive relationships.
Okay.
Plural. Like we know that Biggie was whooping her ass. Like that
Mm.
was depicted in the film. Rest in peace. That nigga wasn't shit. I'm sorry. They tried to make him. They can appropriate both of them. Honestly, Tupac and Biggie were not like they were great, amazing rappers, amazing artists, but just them as a whole, they were. Anyways,
Did anybody say otherwise?
I think that if you saw the Biggie movie, they definitely tried to like make it seem like he was like, on as like trying to get his shit together and whatever, and
Okay.
and then he married Faith, and you saw how he did Faith
He dumped her
Evans.
out.
I mean, he was with Kim, and then he married Faith Evans 2 weeks after meeting her. So imagine like you with this nigga, and then something else. You know that infamous photo where she's like spread eagle, Lil Kim,
Kim,
and
yes.
she was 17.
The photo that Nikki redid.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
Okay.
17 in that picture.
Oh.
Like, ew. That picture is like I mean, granted, that's like a big part of like black culture, hip hop culture. And it's like, yeah, but she's 17. Like, ew, gross. Like, I think she's a grown ass woman, big mama thing, like, you know what I mean? So
I'm surprised. Even like when Brandy and Monica started, they were in no way sexualized like that, but they were pretty young.
Monica was 12, talking about one of them days. What days
What
are you going
day?
through? Like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking
No.
speaking of hip hop, let's talk about T.I.'s trifling ass son. Military school. That's what I'm recommending. How old is he? I think he's like 15.
I like how you're the reasonable one because you said military school, and I was like, somebody just need to beat the shit out of him.
I
Like,
mean, that's the same thing, essentially. What do you think they're doing over there? The fuck?
Foolish
Um,
me. Oh shit.
yeah. So for y'all who don't know, there's a viral video of King. Isn't that so funny? Y'all need to stop naming your kids kings and not, raising them to be as such. But there's a video of him.
Repeat that. Repeat that for the people in the back.
Stop, right? If you're gonna
People in the
name
back
them
can hear
king
you.
and queens, raise them to conduct themselves as such. Same thing with president and all that other shit. Um,
Who the fuck
so
you know named president?
Phaedra,
No, they
Phaedra,
didn't.
Phaedra Park's son is named
No,
president.
they did not.
Okay.
I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of
Let me go
y'all.
back. Let me go back. So King Payne, I don't know. I think T.I.'s son, the little light skinned nigga. He is a video of him berating a Waffle House employee because they didn't get his order right or something, and he is threatening him, saying that he's gonna pistol whip him, saying that he could buy his whole life. Um, there's also videos of this little boy smoking weed in his jacuzzi. This was
His
provided.
jacuzzi or his parents' jacuzzi?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. His parents' jacuzzi.
Mm-hmm.
His
Mm-hmm.
his father is the one who filmed him in it, so he encourages this behavior. Meanwhile, he's over here getting his daughter's hymen checked. I just every time I think about this shit, I get so fucking upset. Like that's so. He literally instructed the doctors to check his 18-year-old daughter's hymen. Like, hey, bruh, check that hymen and make sure that it's still intact. To make sure that she wasn't
That's
having sex.
disgusting.
That's this. Why do you care? Why are you so
That's
involved?
despicable too. Like,
And I'm side eyeing him. I'm side eyeing Tiny, dumbass. Like this is the same woman that went to Africa and got some sort of procedure on her eyes to make them lighter, and now
yeah, they something.
she's blind. Like she's having sight issues.
Yeah,
Dummy.
no surprise there. No
because
surprise.
her being half white is clearly not enough. Claudia Jordan described Tiny as a waste of light skin. I'm not even gonna get into how problematic that is, but I mean,
We gonna back it up.
we're gonna bypass that. We'll get back to that later, but yeah,
The part about King, you sure it's King? That's the name?
I think it's
Yeah.
King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just down talking a service worker. Like I think we've all become so much more aware of it since like COVID, honestly. Like we all knew it was a thing, but it's becoming like videos here and people actually posting it and saying what was up. I think that's like the lowest of the low.
And then
Like,
his father was like, "Oh, I don't understand why he would even take the time to argue with a short order cook."
and that's why he does the things that he does. That's poor fucking parenting.
Parenting, yes.
Like you don't treat anybody like that. I don't care
Period.
who it is. I don't care how much money I'm making. You don't talk to anybody like that.
I agree.
Like some people need to be knocked down a few notches, and I stand by that.
And it's like T.I., bitch, you ain't been that nigga since 05. Like nobody is playing your music. Like
Nobody.
we stopped fucking with
No.
you
Have
when
you
you
seen the
got
last picture of them? I don't even
no.
remember what they look bad. They look horrible.
Well, I mean, they're allegedly, when them allegations come through that they're drugging and raping strippers and 20-year-olds and stuff. I'm sure that, and then he also got he got dropped from Ant-Man. I think some so
Good.
I think the Family Hustle got canceled. So yeah, they're losing out on endorsements and as they should.
And we see why.
Because they're trash. Honestly, the black community should have canceled them when he endorsed Iggy Azalea. That's how we should have known that he wasn't shit. You forgot about that shit?
You're taking me back. I don't even know if it's a black community, but some of us, all of us, we're gonna say all of us, have those moments in times where we look back and be like, I should have fucking known right then and there. But I ignored it because you can't see it when you in it.
Right. Well, no, I've been seeing it. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, him, T.I., Charlemagne, Danny Glover. At this point, we about to cancel Monique in a minute. That's one person that I
Again, like I said, Monique. Like, she is gonna have a problem with everybody, and I don't know why.
What is wrong with her?
Like at some point, you gotta look within. Like,
And it's
are
like,
you the problem?
right? It's like, okay, You went on this whole 5-10 year rant about Lee Daniels. You done dragged Oprah. Now Oprah ain't shit. I think we can all agree that Oprah has her stuff, but you dragged Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry ain't did nothing to you. Like, I think Tyler Perry was just an innocent casualty at this point. You dragged everybody into it, and now you're finally starting to come about the mud, and you want to start beef with who?
Again.
DL
Who is
Hughley?
it? D.L. Hughley.
Who the fuck? Like, bitch, are we in
What's
1990?
the problem with D.L. Hughley?
Did we take a time capsule back to 1999? Like, who cares? Pick, like, you're going at the big fish, the little fish.
That's what it is. It was big fish just to get her point out. Little fish because she already hit the big fish and was like, I need to make myself relevant again.
Yep.
Like, I believe in like your time comes and your time goes. And some people don't know how to handle that.
Ill. I think she's mentally ill.
Girl,
like, or if not, at this point, you're like, I can't even think of the word, but like you're like convinced, or you're like really, you're trying your best to like sabotage yourself. Like, you're determined to like,
okay,
that's the word that I couldn't think of. You're determined.
I was like, what grand word is she trying to
That's
figure
it. It
out
wasn't
right
even
now?
that. It wasn't even that grand. But yeah, at this point, you're determined to self-sabotage. And I think that has to be some sort of mental illness. Yeah, like,
when you put it that way, like, I'm sure it is, but I don't know if I would say she's mentally ill.
I think she's mentally unstable.
Okay, we can say that.
I mean, even, and then the whole bonnet thing, like, girl,
what was it?
She was telling black women, like,
not to wear their bonnets outside.
Not only that, she took it a step further to be like, well, you're not a queen. I'm gonna stop calling y'all queens if you're gonna wear your bonnet. As if anyone's seeking validation from Monique. Like, it's like, don't nobody give a fuck about you. Like, girl, you ain't no gatekeeper.
Like, I don't understand, because I personally don't do it. I just don't. But I don't look at nobody and be like, ugh, she wearing her bonnet outside.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to wear my bonnet today, but I was like, to my doctor's appointment, but I was like, I don't know. I just don't want to risk not being taken seriously. But sometimes I wear it, like, I'll wear it to like the store, or like if I'm going to CVS across the street or whatever. But like, whatever, it's your head. I don't even mind if you wear it to the airport. I mean, if you're gonna be sleeping, like, I definitely will wear a headscarf anywhere.
I'd wear a headscarf anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's specifically the bonnet, and I don't get it.
Why, like, it's a bad thing, or why girls wear it?
No, why it's a bad thing? Like, we wear all type of hair covers. But because this one just happened to be while we sleeping.
Now, I do think it's trifling when people wear their pajamas out in public.
I think that's so I don't even, that's like, what? Child. I very rarely, I do, but very rarely do I see it in the black community. It be them other people. I say very rarely do I.
It be that Wally World community that I see that in.
In college, it's like, I know we got an 8 a.m. class, but baby, you could have thrown on some shorts, some sweatpants. You rolled out of bed. You literally rolled out of bed, put on these Crocs, and walked here. That's what it's giving. It's giving. I didn't even care to brush my teeth or shower this morning. I was like, damn, I gotta get there.
Not the Crocs.
The Crocs. They love them some Crocs.
They do. I want to get a pair of Crocs. Some things are like $40 now.
It went up. COVID made them go up.
They've been going up though.
Crocs has seen the best increase of their 2 years.
I think I might get some. I think they're like almost at $50 now. I don't know.
I can't.
You don't like Crocs?
I'm not a Croc fan.
I'm not a Croc fan either, but I'm at this point where I'm at in my life, like, I like being comfortable, and they look really
Baby, I can throw on my Nike slides, my Adidas slides just as comfortably as I can with my Crocs.
Oh, please. All right. Anyways, I'm down.
I can. You remember some years ago? I don't even know if it was I don't even know if it was during COVID, but I know this happened. A little boy's Croc got caught in the escalator.
No.
It got stuck in there.
A croc
I
or like
think
his foot?
his foot in the crock.
No.
Foot in the crock.
No, I don't remember that at
Yes, I don't
all.
remember all the details, but yes, it did.
No, I don't remember that at all. I wonder what
Yeah,
that
and I
did for the
was.
stock price.
I don't think it did. I don't think it did too much damage.
Yeah, because I didn't hear anything about
Not
it.
too much. I was like, "Ooh, child, leave me out of it. Leave me out of this crock
Anyway,
business."
I'm done. Is there any other like closing topics, hot tops that we wanted to address before we close out? I can't think of any.
I can't think of any either, but I'm gonna think of some for next time because I'm ready. I'm ready
Yes,
to shoot the shit.
this
Next
was
time we're gonna shoot
good.
the shit.
We're gonna shoot the shit.
I mean, like the shit. Like it
Yeah.
don't even have to be hot topics. Like I got some shit we can talk about.
I bet. All right, bet. So y'all heard the lady. We will be back with more topics after this. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you
Thank
again.
you.
See you. Bye, y'all. All right. Let me